Hi, it's summer and it's hot here in Japan. And if you have a small baby or also an older baby in this time and you need to carry your baby or you want to carry your baby, then you maybe ask yourself, what carrier can I use in this heat? So today I want to introduce my most favorite options for summer. In general, I love to use ring slings. Ring slings are one longer piece of fabric with two rings attached on one side. This one here is the Hopititz ultralight ring sling. The fabric is super lightweight and airy, and this is one of my most favorite, definitely for summer. The demerit of this one is that you have all the burden on one shoulder, all the weight lasting on one shoulder, and it can feel heavy very soon. Other slings which are nice in summer are fabrics made of linen or hemp or mixed with cotton, like this one here. This is 100% hemp sling, which feels very nice in summer. However, this special ring sling isn't broken in yet. This means it is not as soft as this one, but after washing and ironing it, it will feel softer too. Another option would be this sling. This is the Cute Me from Hokkyokushiro Kumado. That's a Japanese brand, and they use a special fabric. It's a weaving technique from Japan, and they adjusted it to their needs. You can see that the fabric fastened to the ring is a little bit different than this style, and you have a padding. Some people like it, others hate it, so best try it out. A little bit different, but still looking like a ring sling, is the Mini Monkey mini sling. I prefer natural fibers usually, but this one here is very lightweight, small, and you can even use it in water. So if you, for example, have a baby and a toddler and you plan to do some time in the splash pool, you can definitely put your baby in this sling while also being in the water with your toddler. Just make sure that you never swim with the baby in the sling. And you can even use it in the ocean. So this is a really nice option for that too. As you can see, it's made of polyester mesh, and it's also very airy in summer. Another wonderful option for summer is the Ombuchimo. The Ombuchimo is a very simple carrier, having the typical shoulder straps, but they lack the waistband. So by using this, you will feel much more airy because you don't have the waistband around your belly. Most of these carriers are only for older children. Lenny Lamp, I think, says from when your baby can sit up unassisted by herself. So this doesn't mean you put your baby in a sitting position and your baby will not fall. It really means that with her own strength, she can go into a sitting position. That's usually starting from like 6 months, but most babies are later to the party, and some start sitting at 8 months or 9 months. However, this one is adjustable, so the seat size can be adjusted to the needs of your baby. It is possible to put it on in front too, but It is meant to be used on the back. We are in Japan after all, so of course I have to show you the Japanese Ombuchimo too. As you can see, it's completely different from the one I've shown you before. It doesn't have the typical shoulder straps, but long straps to tie and some D-loops to put it in. This one here is a very old type, which has a narrow seat, so the legs of your baby will be hanging down. This is not preferable, you want a wide seat. However, the wide seat Ombuchimo, the Japanese ones, are not adjustable, so you only can use it when your baby is bigger. However, the Japanese Ombuchimo is made for babies who can hold their heads, so a little bit earlier than the Lenny Lamp one. However, the seats are not adjustable, so maybe they will not fit a smaller baby. So these are my best picks for summer, but of course we have more. Next, I would like to introduce the half buckle type carrier. Half buckle type carrier usually look like this, and they can be made of very thin fabric compared to the common carrier types you usually see on the streets. They are very simple, but they have a waistband to click. So what you can do with these carriers is using them on your back. You will feel more airy when you have your baby on the back, and it's also better for your pelvic floor actually. While many of these typical rucksack-like carriers say you can only use them on the back from like 6 months onwards, the Baby Bjorn even says only from 1 year. These type of half buckle carriers can often already used very, very early, some even before the neck is stable, but please consult with a baby wearing consultant before you try that. However, they usually can be used before your baby can sit by herself. This one here is from Hopititz. It's very simple, so you adjust only the width of the seat so it will fit your baby like this, and you can also adjust it a little bit on the waistband. A lot depends on the fabric that is used, if it's comfortable for summer or not. So I've shown you the Hopititz one, which already has a very thin fabric. However, when we speak of fabrics, there's one maker who also sells in Japan who has a great variety of different fabrics. And here I'm showing you one of their half buckle carriers. You can see it's very similar to the Hopititz one, only that you can adjust here a little bit more. And this fabric here, it's called Blue Blossom, is really very thin. These are the half buckle carriers, and now let's look into the full buckle carriers, the rucksack-like types. Because I do not like mesh, you can read that in a blog post, I will link to it here in the video. I have not so many different full buckle carriers to introduce for summer. Many of the typical like Aero Baby ones are made of polyester and mesh, and the other ones made of cotton are quite thick. So this time I want to show you the Hopititz, because the Hopititz fabrics are really very thin. So we have 2 layers here. They are soon of 2 layers. It makes them a little bit thicker than the wing slings or their baby wraps, but still very, very thin. This one is a full buckle type that comes with crossed shoulder straps from the beginning if you wear in front of your belly, and when you wear on your back, it's like a rucksack. And it looks like this. The other full buckle I want to show you is also a Hopititz full buckle. Here again you have the typical thin fabric, but the padded shoulder straps which can be worn parallel like a rucksack. Why I want to show you this one, even though it's a little bit more thicker, even though it's going a little bit more into the direction of the ergo baby types, is that you can remove the waist belt here and wear it like the Ombuchimo, this one here. However, please note that in case of the Hopititz, they haven't safety tested this option. So they built this carrier that it is possible to use like an Ombuchimo without the waist belt, and they wanted to make it safe, but actually they didn't want to pay the money for the test. The whole carrier is of course safety tested when the waist belt is inside and considered safe from American standards, but the version with the waistband outside is not safety tested. But the company built the carrier so that it is possible. Okay, after finishing these different types, I want to show you the last option. I already talked about fabrics and that there are nicer fabrics for summer, that you want thin fabrics and maybe linen or hemp, because linen and hemp are very airy feeling and moisture wicking, so they take in the moisture, keep the moisture and transport it to the outside. Mesh carriers, they also transport the moisture of the sweat outside, but they can't absorb the moisture. So this means wherever you have plastic parts, you feel very sweaty and not so dry like when using nice natural fibers. Also, the mesh carriers have the problem that they can't warm your baby. So why do you want to warm your baby in summer? If you're going in a cooled down, air conditioner cooled department store, so you often experience that there is a great difference in temperature. So it's really, really cold inside. And when having the natural fabrics on your baby, even though they soaked up the sweat of your baby, they will be able to warm your baby in these environments. While the mesh will still keep to cool down your baby. And for newborns especially, which can't maintain their own body temperature very well in many cases, this is very dangerous, because your baby is cooled down all the time and maybe cools down too much in air-conditioned rooms. So you have to cover up your baby. And when using the natural fibers, your baby will be warm also inside department stores in summer. And when speaking of fabrics, we have to talk about baby wraps. Long pieces of fabric. This is actually a rather short one. And the wonderful with baby wraps is that you have so many fabrics and blends to choose from, and also the different techniques to carry. So you can choose one wrap that's fitting summer, and also the fitting wrapping technique that's nice for that season. Of course, you have to like the wrapping process. If you hate it, then you will probably not use it, even though there are so many nice fabrics, and you will probably choose another option. Before I want to end this video, I want to mention the African wrap. It's not like the baby wrap, it's different in size. You can see already it's wider and not so long, and with this small piece of fabric you can safely carry your baby also in summer in a torso carry. So you will have the fabric only over your breasts and on until the middle of your belly, and your baby is on your back, and you will feel very, very airy when using such a wrap. Of course, this carrying style should be shown to you by a professional who can really do this really well. Best would be if you have someone around you from the African community who grew up with that, because they are the masters in this technique. I got this wrap from Africa through a shop that's selling them, only selling these, who have really deep connections with Africa, like part of their family lives there, and they want to help the community over in Africa. And I had several webinars with them where they showed how to use it. So in case you have no one around who can show you how to put it on, but you would like to try it, I may be able to help you too with this. Yeah, I hope you liked my picks for summer, and maybe you want to comment what you like best or what you're doing while baby wearing in summer. Bye! And for everyone who watched until the end, I have a short bonus video of a carrier that just arrived today and is also a good option for summer. I haven't mentioned it before because it's a 100% plastic carrier. However, it is made from recycled polyester only. So yeah, it still releases microplastic. So as for all the other polyester type carriers, everyone has to decide by themselves how to handle it. This carrier is somewhat special because it is 3D knitted and comes out of the machine in one piece. So there's no cutting works, only a little bit of sewing work to get all these loops and clips on, but there is no excess garbage when this carrier is produced. It's extremely lightweight, it is mesh, and it is adjustable. So let's see how it works for my doll. I didn't try it before, so this is the first time I ever use it. This is for the seat adjustment. All the buckles are magnetic. Also the buckle on the waistband. I had the feeling now when I pulled the waistband that this here opened up a little bit again, but maybe I was wrong. Okay, let's try it on with the baby. the shoulder straps go crossed and clip in very easily. Found it. Okay. Now I have to fasten them a little bit more. And here too, still too loose. And baby is in, and the carrier is, yeah, really soft, lightweight, as if you were nothing, only your baby. As always, the headrest is not fastened in this way, always goes to one side only, but I do not know how to clip it in. Here on the back something is, but I can't reach it. That's weird. So you have to put it in maybe before. Let's check that out. Or maybe like this from the beginning. Maybe like this. Yeah, this would be another option for summer. At the moment, still not regularly available. I got this one from a Kickstarter campaign, but probably it will be soon available from a shop in Germany.